Stoners, welcome to another edition of Sticks-n-Stones. I'm your host, Brent Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. I have an excellent show lined up for you today. I am pairing a Gloria Cubana Spanish press with Whistle Pig Piggyback Bourbon. I think it's going to be a great pairing, so right after this, we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, the La Gloria Cubana Spanish Press is considered Nicaraguan forward. It has a filler that is Nicaraguan Jalapa, Dominican Piloto Cubano, and Brazilian Mata Fina, wrapped in a binder of Mexican San Andres and cloaked in a beautiful Nicaraguan Jalapa. Now, visually, the La Gloria Cubana Spanish Press is a very dark brown. It has a kind of a reddish hue to it, almost like a really, really dark reddish brown clay. It's got minimal veining, tight but visible seams, and a triple cap. Now on the nose, I get earth, cedar, pepper, maybe some sweet berries or something like a homemade jam. Now let's give it a cut and test out the cold draw. I am using my standard V-cut with my Cassetti combination guillotine and V-cutter. Now on the cold draw, I get some sweetness on my lips. I'm picking up like maybe licorice, maybe red licorice. Like I said, there's a really pleasant sweetness and a lot of just really rich natural tobacco. Now, Whistle Pig's Piggyback Bourbon it has a 6-year age statement. It has a mash bill that has not been disclosed, but it is a bourbon, so it has to be 51% corn. And since Whistle Pig is known for their rye, pretty sure the remaining mash is made up of a combination of rye and malted barley. It is distilled in Vermont and Indiana. It is a 50% alcohol by volume, so a really nice 100 proof. Let's uncork it. Oh. I tell you, if a distillery doesn't use corks and they use screw-ons, they're doing something wrong. The sound of that cork coming out of the bottle is part of the experience. Now on the nose, I do get a little bit of alcohol burn, just a little bit in the nose, indicating the higher proof. But I'm getting some nice, sweet, rich notes coming off of it, of like maple, vanilla. There's some oak and maybe even some touches of cloves and baking spices. Okay. On the palate. You can tell it's 100 proof. It's got a pretty hefty kick to it, but it does have a richness on your palate, and it is surprisingly easy to drink. And pretty pleasantly complex. I pick up notes of cream and maybe some maple and brown sugar. There's a little bit of oak, Some again, some notes of baking spice and clove, like in the nose. And I am picking up a little bit of rye grain, so they must have used rye in the mash. Now the finish, it's got a really long finish with more notes of maple and spice and oak that continue over from the nose and the palate. Now let's fire up our stick and try them together. I'm using my Rocky Patel Envoy 5 torch lighter, which I love. I wholeheartedly recommend it. I wish they were endorsing me for this. Hint, hint. Just a really, really good volume of smoke coming off the stick right off the bat. I think I did forget to mention that today I am smoking a Toro. It is a 6.5 inch by 52 on the ring gauge. And this is really a good smoke. I've never had the Spanish press before, but I'm really liking it. Okay, now right off the light, the La Gloria Cubana Spanish press is offering up notes of like rich tobacco and licorice with some shots of earth and some pepper in the background and maybe even some small hints of baking spice. These two are really complementing each other with the notes of maple and licorice and spice, like a baking spice, all kind of coming together, and they're both really rich to get individually, so together that multiplies the richness. I'm really surprised that these. I don't even know that I've ever had any of Whistle Pig's offerings before, and this is really good. I'm very impressed with the spirit, seeing as it's made by Northerners, but. They are going very well together. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update. Hey, Stoners, I am back. I am just hitting the halfway mark here, and the La Gloria Cubana Spanish press paired with the Whistle Pig Piggyback Bourbon is going very well. They're holding strong with notes of maple and brown sugar and baking spices. They really are not changing any, and they are melding very well together. The richness seems to be bringing them together very well, and I don't really have a lot else to comment on. I mean, it's just a very moderately complex, simple pairing that is going very well together. So I'm going to go ahead and burn it down to the band and come back and give you my final thoughts. Hey, Stoners, I am back. Going in through the second half of the La Gloria Cubana Spanish press, didn't really see much in the way of changing. There were hints of licorice, earth, and baking spices throughout. It blended very well with the Whistle Pig Piggyback. The 100 proof was not too much for the cigar. And the bourbon itself was very good. I'm not a big high proof guy. I like the kind of 80 to 94 or so. But this was really good. And I think that it will be a very good offering for them in the future. On the stick, I can say that all throughout the smoke, it burned extremely wavy. I never did really touch it up, just wanted to see what it would do. But it stayed like a hound's tooth all the way through, just zigzagging back and forth all the way around the stick. and but it didn't affect the smoke any. So I'd have to smoke another one or two and see if they all do that. But I would give this stick a 90 matchsticks out of 100. I think it had some very good flavor profiles. It was a very easy smoke. I really enjoyed the afternoon. The Whistle Pig Piggyback, I would give it an 89. Whiskey Stones, I believe it's got a very great palate. Like I said, I'm not a big 100 plus proof guy. I prefer the others, but this one does very well, and it is not a butt kicker. You could use it for blending. I think it's about $50 a bottle, so might be a little high for blending, but in a pinch if that's what you had. But it is a very good sipper. So even at 100 proof, it's very easy to drink. So I would give it an 89. I hope you have enjoyed this pairing as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, do all those, ring all the bells, blow all the whistles, all that kind of stuff, so that you make sure you know when I drop new content. Tell your friends about me. I'm pretty much everywhere with the audio. I could get so many more places than I could with video. I'm on Pandora, I'm on Amazon, I'm on Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts. Like I said, basically everywhere, and I always put the episodes out, try to get them out to Instagram as best I can, and then post them over on Facebook. So be sure to tell your friends to look me up anywhere and everywhere. So until we get to be together again, I will say keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.